Good evening, all my South
No.
listeners. And all those other listeners in the towns of Melbourne, Livingston, Irvington, West Orange, East Orange, Orange and Newark. Welcome to In the Village with Anselm and Margie on the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience and live on the World Wide Web at somore.org. And the only radio show covering all your news, opinions, politics, talk, and sports happening in the South Orange, Maple, and surrounding communities. You can listen to us every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. And reach us at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626 to participate in the discussion. We have an interesting program lined up for you this evening, and I look forward to your participation in the discussion. Now tonight, we're going to do things a little differently. Of course, we're going to start with my co-host, Margie, reading you some news from the villagenewjersey.com.
Hi,
Margie.
Anselm.
Yes, how are you doing, Margie?
Oh, I'm okay. How was your day?
Today was a fantastic day. And how was your day today?
I'm going to say it was fantastic, so I just don't complain about it. I mean, I have no complaints. I'm about to buy a used car for my daughter.
Okay. Is you sending her away? Is local? You know?
She's local.
Who you buying the used car from?
It is a lot on Valley Street in South Orange.
Monty Motors? No?
No, I don't know
Okay.
which one it is. Isn't that a shame? It's next to the building that's got nothing in it, which is next to Columbia High School.
Okay. Are you getting a warranty in this car?
I don't know. Supposed to. I mean, it's as is. So, is there such a thing as a warranty on a car?
Well, if it's as is, you know, when you mean as is, you mean to say that, you know, if the transmission is bad?
No, we have a mechanic, and the mechanic seems like a cool guy, and he said it's okay. It's not the same mechanic at the shop.
Oh, you took it to another mechanic?
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay. And he says it's good.
Yeah.
If anything goes wrong with it, is he gonna?
Yeah, for a price, sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know, I mean, good luck with that car. Now, I think really good luck to your daughter in this new car. Is this her first car?
Well, that's another story. But no, it's not her first car. But I mean, this is a Jeep Liberty, and I hope that, you know, it's foolproof and safe. And I'm like anticipating an awful winter. So with that in mind, you know, she hopefully won't be sliding all over the.
Is it a 4-wheel drive or 2?
Yes, it is. It's 2-wheel, and it turns into a 4-wheel.
Oh, all right. So that's fantastic.
Kind of
Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. And I'm really excited for you and your daughter. Is she excited?
She's happier. She's happy. I mean, we'll get into that later. I can't complain on the air.
Okay. All right. So let's get to the news here. Marjorie's going to give us some news from the Village Green.
Yes, from the Village Green. This is 4-5 for 2 seats on the Maplewood Township Committee. 4 candidates are running for 2 open seats in this year's election for Maplewood Township Committee. Members of the 5-person committee serve staggered 3-year terms. The seats currently held by Mayor Vic DeLuca and Councilwoman India Laurie are up for election November 4th this year. On the ballot this year are DeLuca, Laurier, Kurt H. Kiley, and Angel Bob Perez. The elections are partisan. DeLuca and Laurier each are running as Democrats on separate tickets. And Kiley is running as an independent, and Perez as a Republican. The Village Green asks each of the candidates to provide statements on why they're running and what issues are important to them. Let's look at how long this article is. Oh my goodness. Do you want to hear what each of these candidates?
No,
I'd like to just hear what the Republican has to say.
I don't think we want to get into what all these candidates have said. But I think what we can do, Marjorie, we can actually invite the candidates in, you know, at some point to have a discussion with them on what they think they're going to do better for Maplewood. By the way, last year, we had invited all of the candidates in here to have a discussion. And all of the candidates showed up except Marlon Brownlee, but he called in at some point in time.
So you've forgiven him for this?
Oh, yeah. I have forgiven him for this. I really and truly have. Yeah.
Well, before I read, what do you think are the main issues in Maplewood?
Taxes. Every year taxes go up in Maplewood.
Isn't that just sort of like expected?
No. Why should that be expected?
So we can have the superior school system that we have.
Do we expect to get snow every year?
Yeah. Well, now yeah.
We don't expect to
You
get snow
expect
every
the
year.
leaves to fall every year, yes. You expect spring to come. So you might as well expect that your taxes go up.
No. I want at some point in time for at least 1 year in my history of living in Maplewood that there is no tax increase. How about that?
That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So when we get them in here, we're going to ask the question, what are you going to do, right, for taxes? Because every year our taxes go up. Every single year our taxes go up.
Well, here, according to Bob Perez, and it seems to be his biggest beef here, over the past 15 years, Maplewood voters have seen their taxes triple.
Just look at that.
And their debt burden quadruple.
Yep.
During this time, a majority of voters have elected to maintain the status quo. Voters have decided to accept massive overruns in construction projects, placing an overabundance of rental properties in the center of town and adjacent to schools and playgrounds, commandeering pool funds to cover town expenses.
We have to be honest. You know when the last time a Republican won in Maplewood?
When was it?
A long time ago.
That's a good time.
That's a
long time ago.
No, it's a good time for what? A Republican?
No, I would never say that. I can't even imagine somebody coming out as a Republican in this town. But it's cool that,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Increasing enforcement of traffic safety laws. Recruiting and retraining officers within Maplewood. Increasing police visibility in high crime neighborhoods and shopping districts. What do you think of that? Mm-hmm. Safe streets, safe neighborhoods. Who's running on that platform? Kurt H. Kiley.
Kurt Kiley is a good guy. We had him in here at the last debate we had in here. We actually did that debate with the alternative press. He's a pretty good guy. So what else is the Village Green talking about here?
Let's see what else we have here. I should give credit to the author of that article.
Well, we want you to say the Village Green, Most
okay,
people know
well,
that.
I mean, yeah.
Village Green.
For writing.
Yeah.
For vie for seeds. Dunnell Road and Baker Street to be paved. No. District names Memley acting superintendent and continues search for permanent candidate.
He's been named acting superintendent almost. Every time a superintendent leaves, he's the acting superintendent.
Well, they had somebody else that was acting, and then the guy pulled out, and no one, at least I haven't dug deep enough to find out who this was and why they pulled out. The interim superintendent will keep his job as the new school year begins, but with a different title. Jim Memley was appointed the acting superintendent for South Orange Maplewood School District on Monday, said board president Elizabeth Daughtry. After reviewing resumes and interviewing several people, she said, we've decided that we'd like him to continue serving as the acting superintendent until we have a permanent superintendent in place. But he is really the best qualified person to lead our district, she added. Memley has been the district's interim superintendent as the board has sought to find his replacement, but the decision to change Memley's title from interim to acting comes as board changes its focus in its search. Daughtry said the board is no longer searching for an interim superintendent. We are focusing everything on a permanent new superintendent to lead the district of more than 6,600 students. In addition, more than 670 people have already filled the district's online survey, which we were speaking about yesterday, regarding the community's input during the hiring process for a new superintendent.
No, this is a question. We have 6,600 students in the community.
And
the
670 have filled out the survey?
670 have filled out the survey.
So that's what, 10%?
Yeah, a little more than 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound right to you? I mean, just think about it. Maybe a lot of people don't know about the survey. I mean, I knew about this. I actually filled out the survey. I don't have any kids in the school system.
Me too, and I don't either.
But I filled out the survey. And a lot of stuff in the survey was actually kind of useless. I actually filled it out on a program. I went through the survey, and I did it as a program. I filled it out. They have these certain questions. Are you looking for this in the superintendent?
Right.
No, not really. Are you looking for this in the
There were
superintendent?
maybe like 30 questions there, and you're just supposed to pick the top 8
Yeah.
attributes that you were interested in.
You really and truly think they're going to go look at those surveys and say, all right, so we have, 1,000 people fill out these surveys. And of these 1,000 people, 45% said we need this type of superintendent. And they're going to pick that type of superintendent? Because they have a company that's actually doing all the interviews. The company always know what they're looking for. Or they know who they are going to recommend, I guess, to go before the Board of Education to have an interview. They know that. So, why are you trying to fool people with this service? I really think you're fooling people with this service.
And I wonder if like 10% or just a little bit above 10% is enough to make some gauge of the community. Like when you take surveys, when people take surveys generally only survey maybe like 1,093 people.
But listen to it.
And those 1,093 represent the entire U.S. population.
But Doherty said the number of people that have taken the survey was huge, but hopes the district can break 1,000 in September. It's huge. What is huge? Maybe huge in another country means 10%, or maybe huge means a little bit more than 15 to 20%. 20% is about 1,300 students, right? Mm-hmm. So if 1,000 fills it out, it's a little less than 20%. That's huge. Let's just be serious here. But I guess in their eyes, 1,000 out of the 1,000 that we have, what do we have? I think maybe about 16,000 or more residents of Maplewood, and another over 15 or 20,000 in South Orange. So from a total of almost over 40,000 people, you are saying that 1,000 is enough people. All right. Not all the people got kids in the school system, of course, but we got 6,600 students. So, at least you could double that. Say if each student has 2 parents, right? So one family.
Yeah, and you can say, though, out of 6,600 students, there are multiple kids in a family. So, I'm sure they're not individual. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At any rate, this is a huge number.
But, we can, if you actually go, you can go to the survey. You actually can click on it, and haven't taken a district survey yet. The survey is right there. And it says, welcome. The South Orange Board of Education is very interested. There's a link right there.
I see that link. I've taken this survey.
Yeah,
we should just encourage all the listeners out there to take this survey. And let's see what good it will do. Are the people on the board,
you think it would do any good?
The elected
seriously?
officials actually paying attention, and will they pay enough attention to give that information to the consultants who are actually doing the hiring?
Okay.
The board president left open the possibility that Memley will return to his former position as assistant superintendent of administration if a permanent superintendent can be found before the end of the school year. But until that happens, the district will need to hire someone to fill the void in central office left by Memley while he remains the acting superintendent, Daughtry said.
So what else is the Village Green reporting? We got about 2 minutes before we go for the break.
But this last one. Meanwhile, the board has scheduled various open forums and focus groups to glean feedback from the community and stakeholders in the search for a new superintendent.
Oh boy, we always looking for a new superintendent.
I'd like to be in a focus group. Nobody ever asked me what I think about it.
You don't have to be asked. You could just show up. If you know the time, you just go in the focus group.
Really?
You don't have to. They give you the time. Just show up.
All right.
And just.
So back to the district. New administrators for South Orange Maplewood schools. New administrators, including a new principal, will greet students and parents when school opens in September. The South Orange Maplewood School District introduced its meeting. In its Monday meeting, Kimberly Hutchinson, 35, will take over as principal of Jefferson. They got a sister there. I come with a lot of experience, but I'm so looking forward to what we're going to learn there.
Why
are you
mean?
looking?
She's
black. Maybe that's going to mean something. It will help the achievement gap. How's that?
Okay.
Hutchinson said. I don't know how many teachers are in that school. I have felt so embraced by the community thus far, and I am so confident that this is the place for me to grow and be and continue my career. Hutchinson has spent previous 11 years in the Newark Public School District, where she worked as a special ed teacher and a learning disabilities teacher. And then in 2012, she went and took over as principal of McKinley Elementary School. Memily, the acting superintendent, said Hutchinson will make a positive impact on the students in the district. She brings a wealth of knowledge and teaching and learning, said Memily. She clearly loves children and has a desire to lead all students to achieve and exceed their academic potential. In addition, the board introduced a new assistant principal of Marshall School, Erica Gomez. Gomez comes to South Orange Maplewood from nearby Passaic with 18 years of experience, 9 in the classroom and 9 in administrative roles. I look forward to working with the community, staff, and students for this upcoming school year, she said. The board also introduced Rob Schmidt, who is to take over as supervisor of special ed services for grades 6 through 12. He brings with him, said Memily, a breadth and depth of knowledge in special ed, a demonstrated sensitivity to the multicultural, curricular, and developmental needs of all students in a diverse community. Schmidt, 33, has spent the last 5 years as special ed teacher in Maplewood Middle School. The move from the classroom to administrative role, said Schmidt, was a difficult decision, but only at first. Knowing the children that I've worked with over the years and the families and relationships that we've built, it was tough to think about leaving that, he said. But I realized that by accepting this position, I would have the chance to reach even more families and more children and do more in the community, he added. So it became a very easy decision. That sounds nice and
Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
That sounds very nice. Time check. The time is approximately 8:15 p.m. That time check is brought to you by All Star Motors, providing you with services you can trust. They provide you with ASC certified mechanics, New Jersey State inspection facilities, used car sales, authorized police towing, and emission repair facilities. You can call them at 973-762-8771. That's 973-762-8771. Remember, coming up at about 8:30, we're going to have the group from the Strollers Fall fundraiser called Comedy Night, a comedy variety show. They're going to be in here at approximately 8:30 to tell you about comedy tonight. So stay tuned for that. We're going to go for a short break, and we'll be right back.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome, and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss or transfer? Does your house need repairs, or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
The Strollers proudly presents our 82nd season, beginning with Comedy Tonight, a sketch comedy celebration. Our November production is the Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, Clybourne Park. In January, we present our children's theater production, How the World Got Wisdom, a collection of African folk tales, songs, and dances. Our March comedy will be Fuddy Mears. Rounding out our season is the Tony Award-winning musical, Hairspray, in May. For further information, contact us at www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Travel are experts at cruises that do not require a U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear from you at 973-327-3626 or log on to showmore.org to let us know your opinion. Go ahead and advertise on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. You can reach us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to assist you.
I feel so blessed, y'all. This track is incredible. S1, You can feel it. I'm a blessed man. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Right now, I'm a blessed man. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. No question, I'm a blessed man. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. You can feel it. You can feel it. So much joy. It's like a dream come true, like a sneak preview of the grand finale. I get a taste of heaven, it's like milk and honey. I was blessed with love before I had money. The things I love most, you can't take from me. I hold them close, the most high in my family. I might never get fortune and fame. I'm always gonna say I've been a fortunate man. And when they ask who I am, I will stand up and say I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask where I'm at, it don't matter, I'm with you, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask why, I will point to the sky, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yes, man, I'm a blessed man. We walk through the park holding hands, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm a blessed man. You're so beautiful, the words escape me, like the day I watched you give birth to our baby. You illuminate when I'm in a dark place. Bless my heart with a smile on your face. I'ma say it, my wife is hot, so it don't matter how much ice I got. I put a ring on her finger, leave it at that. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I'm at. If it wasn't for God, maybe we never would've met. But he brought us together, so there's no question we're blessed. I don't write many love songs, I'm sorry girl. The truth is I never hear beats worthy of it. But when the glove fits, I let the world know I'm married to an angel and plan to stay faithful. And when they ask who I am, I will stand up and say I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask where I'm at, it don't matter, I'm with you, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask why, I will point to the sky, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yes, man, I'm a blessed man. As I sit back reflecting, it's obvious that my life's been protected. I had friends get murdered, I could've been there. Friends committed suicide, I could've went there. Depression, my life could've ended. I could've took a flight on September 11. Life is fragile, we take it for granted. I'm thankful for the life I was handed. Christ stretched out his arms on the cross, offered me freedom at a tremendous cost. I can't accept the gift without repentance. I talk to God with expectancy. He said, ask for anything in the name of my son. If it's my will, then it will be done. I'm not praying for material possessions. Being close to God is the greatest blessing. And when they ask who I am, I will stand up and say I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask where I'm at, it don't matter, I'm with you, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask why, I will point to the sky, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yes, man, I'm a blessed man. And when they ask who I am, I will stand up and say I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask where I'm at, it don't matter, I'm with you, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. And when they ask why, I will point to the sky, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yeah. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man. Yeah, yes, man, I'm a blessed man. I don't got rims on the car, you know. I don't got a lot of jewelry, you know, but I'm blessed with life. I'm blessed knowing God. I'm blessed with family. Yes, man, I'm a blessed man.
We are back with you in the Village with Anselm and Margie on the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/SoMoreRadio. That's facebook.com/SoMoreRadio. You can tweet us at SoMoreRadio. That's at SoMoreRadio. You can also listen to us on tunein.com. That's TUNEIN.com. When you go to tunein.com, you just put in SoMore, SOMORE, and you're going to see our icon come up, and you can save it to listen to us in the future. You can also send us your email at somore.org@gmail.com. That's somore.org@gmail.com. And you can call our offices at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. Remember, coming up at 8:30 is the Strollers Fall Fundraiser Comedy Night. We're going to have some individuals here who are going to be taking part in that fundraiser. And the event is called Comedy Night. And they're going to be discussing that Comedy Night, which runs for one weekend, September the 19th, 20th, 21st, and Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. So stay tuned for that approximately at 8:30 p.m. So Margie, in the next 3 minutes before we have the Strollers come in here and have this discussion about comedy tonight, what else is going on in South Orange and Mayport? Let me see what else is going on here in South Orange and Mayport. Oh, we go over to the alternative press. Of course, we have Jones and Baker join forces in campaign for the South Orange Mayport Board of Education. Maureen Jones and Elizabeth Baker announced that they will run a joint campaign for 2 of the 3 open seats on the South Orange Mayport Board of Education in November. We are joining together to run as a team for the South Orange Mayport Board of Education because we agree on a common educational vision for our school district. We have good public schools here in our unique community, but we believe they must become even better. And we believe our complementary experience, skills, and background can help move the district forward. I'm sure we look forward to that. And some sad news to bring to you.
What does that mean? Why are you saying it like that? What kind of mess is that? Well, I mean, look at that. So here you have a team, 2 women, one a lawyer, another one. I'm sorry. Let me find this. Does it say what the other one?
No, it didn't say.
Does it give the background?
No, I didn't even go into the background.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, but all these people always say what they're gonna do. I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna create a stone from whatever they have in there. I'm gonna make bread out of stone. That's what they're gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you anything different. And when they get in there, they just sit back and do like everyone else. Raise our taxes and we pay more, increase the school budgets or try to build a $10 million pool. But let me quickly get to this news.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
In memory of Charlie Bibbins, we are deeply saddened by the loss of one of the most passionate supporters, Charlie Bibbins. And this is from the South Orange Mayport Community Coalition and Race. Many of you will remember him as one of the coalition's and community greatest champions. Charlie was a charter trustee, an active member of the Neighborhood and Civic Life Committee, and a frequent participant at events like Conversation on Race. He was our Celebrating Integration Annual Dinner honoree in 2012, where he spoke so eloquently on behalf of the coalition's effort to build a truly inclusive community. Charlie told us how proud he was to be part of a community in which our two governing bodies took changing demographics seriously and looked for ways to openly celebrate diversity. The town government jointly funded the Racial Balance Task Force. Of course, I was a member of that. Now the Community Coalition on Race, which was comprised of an interracial mix of active local residents. Of course, Charlie Bibbins was a wonderful person, and he made a significant contribution to the Community Coalition on Race. But Margie, let me ask you a quick question here.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe, and this question is just coming out of thin air now, do you believe the Community Coalition on Race has done enough with respect to education in this community?
Well, I know the Community Coalition on Race has a educational task force, is it?
Educational committee.
Educational committee.
Yeah.
I mean, have they done have they done enough?
Yeah, enough.
I think that they've done what was ever in their ability and power to do. So I've never been on this committee or sat in any of them. So let me ask you, do you think they've done enough since you've been?
No.
What else do you think that they could do?
Let me say this. The Community Coalition has made a significant impact in these communities of South Orange and Maplewood.
Regarding real estate, perhaps?
Yes, exactly.
And making people less afraid of dealing with people who don't necessarily look like them, perhaps.
Absolutely.
But as far as education,
I think they're really you know baseball. You ever heard something called the Mendoza line?
No. Tell me about that.
Mendoza line is when you're hitting below 200. When you hit below 200 in baseball, they say you're hitting below the Mendoza line.
Okay.
And when you're hitting below the Mendoza line, that's not good, right? And I think as far as education is concerned, the Community Coalition race is way below the Mendoza line. Because I feel that there are so many.
I mean,
things.
how much do you think that they can do? They're not elected officials. So, I mean, are they? I mean, I understand as an interest group, they can influence some of these elected officials who are in the the Board of Ed here. But
well, let's do this, Margie. We normally go for a break at the top of the hour. Let's go for a short break, and when we come back, we're going to come back with you with the people from the Strollers. Let's go for a short break. We'll be right back.
The Strollers, Maplewood's community theater since 1932, proudly presents Comedy Tonight. Come laugh at your friends, come laugh at your neighbors as they tickle your funny bone with song, dance, and old-fashioned sketch comedy. One weekend only, September 19th, 20th, and 21st at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts in Maplewood. All tickets $10. Go to www.thestrollers.org for all the details. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Traveler, experts at cruises that do not require a U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
Having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss or transfer? Does your house need repairs, or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
The Strollers, Maplewoods Community Theater since 1932, proudly presents Comedy Tonight. Come laugh at your friends, come laugh at your neighbors as they tickle your funny bone with song, dance, and old-fashioned sketch comedy. One weekend only, September 19th, 20th, and 21st at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts in Maplewood. All tickets $10. Go to www.thestrollers.org for all the details. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Get into the discussion at 973-327-3626. This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear your opinion. You can log on to showmore.org or give us a call at 973-327-3626. You're listening to the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. For more, go to showmore.org to participate in the discussion.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm and Marjorie on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. Earlier we promised you we will have the Strollers Fall Fundraiser Comedy Tonight. We have individuals here representing Comedy Tonight. We have Dina Daniels, we have Fran Schultz, and Jeff Taylor. Welcome to In the Village with Anselm and Marjorie on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. So Dina, Fran, and Jeff, just introduce yourself, to the listeners out there, who are listening to the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
Well, I'm Jeff Taylor, hence the deeper voice you'll hear. Two women. But I've been a stroller for about 4 years now, and this is probably my 5th or 6th production there.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay. And Fran?
Yeah, I'm a stroller also. We stroll. And I've been around, I think about 5 years. And, it's a community theater based here in Maplewood. Been around for 80-some years. Everybody does a little bit of everything. We have a variety of backgrounds. I do have a professional theater background, but I don't do that for a living anymore. But Strollers is a great place to use your creative chops, So we all do a little bit of everything. I act, I direct, I've been in shows, and right now I'm directing a couple of skits for our fundraiser in September, Comedy Tonight.
Okay, and Dina?
Hi, I'm Dina Daniel. I'm the producer of Comedy Tonight, and like my friends here, I do a little bit of everything. I've been in shows, I've directed workshops, and now I'm producing, and I'm also directing a sketch that I also wrote. So I'm writing, directing, and producing on this one.
Now, Comedy Tonight, it's a comedy variety show. There are about 15 different acts of different types in the show: song, dance, and sketch comedy. Some of the sketches are modern, some are old-fashioned, some are original pieces, and some are short, published plays. Now, let's kind of try to break this down into a little bit here. Okay. So basically, let's start with you, Jeff. What part are you playing in Comedy Tonight?
I play the part of, it's kind of a smooth-talking kind of a pickup artist. It's a very short act, and it's
And then just make sure you said pickup artist.
kind of like he's picking up a woman at a it's kind of a bookstore or a cafe,
Okay.
and an outdoor cafe, and he's kind of a lecherous type of guy where he does this all the time. And the crux of the particular scene is that it's only one word. Each character says one word, so there's no lines. It's just one word. So it's interesting how you can have a scene with somebody without having lots of dialogue. So there's each word plays a big importance in the scene. He's I guess he would be a lecherous type of person, you would say, kind of. And he does it all the time.
Now, just give us a little bit of your background. Have you acted before? Have you acted in plays before? You know what I mean? What?
I was a CIA analyst for years.
CIA?
No, I'm not kidding. No, never been a CIA analyst. Yeah, I've done a lot of things over the years. I actually was in LA for years, but I didn't act there that much. I was working in the production field mostly. And then I came back to New Jersey probably 10 years ago, and at that time I didn't do any acting. And then I actually worked for the radio station Eyes of New Jersey in South Orange, and somebody mentioned the Strollers, and I said I hadn't done any plays in a long time, so I checked one out, and the next one I auditioned for, and I got it. And since then, I think that was about 4 years ago, I've done about one a year there or so. So it's been rewarding to do theater for theater's sake, as opposed to always trying to get ahead and trying to make a living as in New York or something like that. Or LA, everybody does it to be seen. This is for the love of the art.
Just so I'm sure I didn't miss anything. What do you do when you are not acting? CIA guy.
Yeah.
I just want to be sure.
I used to
That's
be a
why-
hitman, then I segued into CIA. No, I am a broadcast engineer for Eyes of New Jersey, which is located in South Orange down the street, and we do readings for the visually impaired, physically challenged, and some things for people with severe dyslexia.
Okay.
Some other learning challenges.
Oh, all right. So comedy is not your full-time job. You're not a full-time comedian.
No. No, unfortunately. If it paid, I definitely would be, but no.
And then, Fran, what about you, Fran?
I actually teach English at Montclair State University.
Okay.
That's my main job. But I have worked professionally. I did work in regional theater in the Midwest for quite a few years. I've done a little bit of everything, musicals, drama, comedy. Even did a stint at Second City in Chicago. But comedy's hard. You know,
Well,
you know
it's
the
hard.
saying, "Death is easy, comedy's hard."
I told you just get up there and just tell jokes. You know, and
It doesn't work that way.
You make the audience laugh.
You gotta capture them with something. You've got to capture them with something that they can relate to, pathos or experience or mutual embarrassment, or something that makes it a common experience. That's what makes people laugh.
Now, you're one of the directors of us.
A couple of scenes, yeah. One is written by. Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention his name. A local judge.
A local judge.
If you're listening, John Rosenbluth.
Oh, Jonathan Rosenbluth. Of course, I know Jonathan Rosenbluth very well. He used to be in the South Orange Township, of course, yes. He's in the South Orange Township.
Well, he wrote one of the pieces.
Oh, okay.
Someone else is going to do it. It's a nice little bit of nostalgia, basically, about the rituals around a Jewish sitting shiva.
Okay.
And but it's got a comic twist to it. So it's got a little bit of comedy, a little bit of drama. It's about it's a monologue, but someone else is going to do it. But it's an original piece based on his life, and then the other piece is about 7 or 8 minutes long, a little short. It's called My Husband, and it's about a mother who's just thrilled because her husband she wants her son to get married under any circumstances, and she takes out ads. She does everything she can to get him married. The catch is he's gay, and he doesn't really want to get married. So it's a situation comedy type scene.
Sometimes these.
No, not at all, because she doesn't mind that he's gay. She just wants him.
She loves.
Wedding announcement.
She doesn't.
Right.
Two men, a man
Yeah,
and a woman.
she's trying. She's the matchmaker for another guy.
Yes, she doesn't matter, right?
She ends up taking an ad out, basically, saying, "Somebody marry my son."
Okay.
All right.
Sometimes these type of things come from real life things,
Yeah. So somebody put an ad in for you, or?
I was just wondering.
So that's just a little bit of going what's on. I'm going to let Dina talk a little bit more.
Okay, there you go, Dina.
Well, I've had an idea in my head for a long time for a sketch, and I wanted to do it. And we have a workshop program at the Strollers where after our monthly meetings, someone presents a workshop, and that can be something you've written yourself or a scene from a play, really just anything. And so I thought about doing it for that, and then we were tossing around the idea of doing a fundraiser this fall, and I said, well, how about a sketch comedy night? And really, it was very selfish on my part. I just wanted to do my sketch. And Jeff is in it. Of course, when I thought of an oily pickup artist, I thought of Jeff. So he's in it. And so I wrote it, and I passed it around, and people liked it. So I thought, okay, if you agree to do a sketch comedy night for the fundraiser, then I'll produce it. And so I took it all on basically just to get my piece on stage.
Yes, and I'm so glad it's you and not me.
Now, as directors, right, you have to pick the cast?
Yes.
How do you come up with, Jeff, I know Jeff is a handsome guy, it's like, how did you come up to pick Jeff as opposed to pick someone else?
I bought her dinner 3 or 4 nights in a row. And,
yeah.
Absolutely. I accept bribes.
Yeah.
For this, usually we have proper auditions for a regular play. In fact, we have auditions coming up for Clybourne Park September 8th and 9th, and Cindy Ross is directing that.
Right.
But for this, because each piece is self-contained, and we were really encouraging new participation, people who wanted to try something on a smaller scale in a very safe environment. We didn't have proper auditions. We left it up to each person to choose their own cast. So for me, I knew who I wanted, and I contacted those people directly, and they were available. Danielle Levitt is going to be in mine along with Jeff. She is the pickup E. And she's wonderful, and they're just doing a great job with it. I can't wait to see it on stage. And so everyone chose their own cast. And then we also have musical numbers, though. We have a barbershop quintet, and we have TLC, which the president of the Strollers, Norm Metz, is in this musical group, and they're going to do some numbers on Saturday night. We have a couple of individuals doing musical numbers. We have a dance number by Rob Pape and Carol Cornicelli. So we have a little bit of everything.
Who's on first?
We want to do a vaudeville piece, the old Abbott and Costello, Who's on First. I want to try to get that in there. And so we've got quite a varied program, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, tell the audience the dates and how they can purchase tickets, because this is very important.
Yes, definitely.
At the end of the day, we want to make sure that people participate in the process and buy tickets. How can someone tell us the dates and where they can go to buy tickets?
It's for one weekend only. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, September 19th, 20th, and 21st. Friday and Saturday nights, it's 8 o'clock, and Sunday, it's a 2 o'clock matinee. You can get tickets at our website. That's www.thestrollers.org, not .com, .org. If you go to .com, you'll learn a lot about things to push babies around in. But it's thestrollers.org, and we also have a Facebook page, which is the Strollers Facebook/the Strollers, and information is there as well.
And what about the box?
It's $10 a ticket, but if you buy a season ticket while you're there, we'll have a table set up to buy a season ticket, and if you buy a season ticket, then we'll throw in the Comedy Tonight ticket free.
How about the box office? Can you also call the box office to get tickets?
Yes.
I have the number.
Did they say how much the tickets are?
Oh, it's 973-761-8453.
Yes.
973-761-8453. So if you want to purchase tickets, you can call the box office, or you can go to www.thestrollers.org, or call the box office at 973-761-8453. And one other that's very important, the Bergdorf Center for the Performance Art is located at 10 Duran Road in Maplewood, New Jersey. And of course, all ages are welcome.
All ages are welcome.
Yes.
The Bergdorf is very near the train station as well, so if people want to come in from another town, it's just a block. Yeah.
I think one thing we want to keep in mind is, I'm always amazed when I go to community theater performances around here, whether it's a comedy show or review, or there's always a lot of good people. I mean, sometimes people think, well, if you want to see really good stuff, you got to go to New York, you got to go to Boston, you got to go to Philly, you have to go to Los Angeles, and that's not true. There's a lot of really talented people that, for one reason or the other, haven't made a living or maybe haven't tried it, but they're just as good as a lot of other professional actors out there. So by coming to these and supporting your local theater, you're going to see a lot of really talented people.
I mean, and you will also see people that you know and you didn't know that they had such talent.
Absolutely.
And that's what's fun, you know, when you're sitting in the audience, you see, oh, I didn't know Jeff can do this. You know, oh, I didn't know Fran was like this.
Well, I knew the judge from a while ago for an altogether different reason. We're
not going to get into
I saw him on the stage. I was, hey, I know that guy.
And I think that's what makes these type of, you know, close-knit community and the Bergdorf, you know, Cultural Center, you know, such a wonderful place in that you go in there and it's a lot of the locals that you're going to see in this place. And I must say the plays are professionally done. You know, it's not like, you know, not because it's just Maplewood, but these are professional and hard-working individuals. Even though it's a part-time, you know, part-time, but the work is still very professionally done.
People are passionate about it. It's a pleasure to work with the people in the strollers. They're passionate about what they do, and everyone gives their all, and the productions are wonderful. We have, this season we're doing Clybourne Park, and we have a children's show that I'm very excited about. It's called How the World Got Wisdom. It's a collection of African folk tales that Carol Cornicelli is going to choreograph and add in percussion and dance and acting and song, and it's just going to be a really, really fun show. And in the winter we're doing Fuddy Mears, which is a very strange, quirky little comedy, which I adore. And in the spring we're doing Hairspray.
Of course I know.
No, that's Clybourne Park is what we're doing, which is actually the other side of Raisin in the Sun. It takes those characters and that story and tells it from the other perspective of the family that sold their home to the black family, and then it's 50 years later, modern day, where now the neighborhood is turned over completely and it's starting to, I hate the word, but starting to gentrify once again. Okay. So then the tables are sort of turned on the white family. It's a very interesting story. I've seen it produced, and it's a beautiful play. Pulitzer Prize winning.
Funny.
So is this
a lot of truth?
A lot of truth. Yeah.
Is this the first time you're actually doing a comedy tonight? Is this the first time?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a fundraiser. This is
it's a one-time thing, but we're
and an open bringing people in to come check us out.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to get new people involved in the strollers in sort of a low stakes way, that they can try us out and they can come in and do something small. Right. We've got a lot of new people involved, a lot of regular strollers involved. And I think we're going to do something every year. We'd like to do something every September. Last year we did something called Marcus is Walking, which was a play that consists of vignettes. And we took that idea and thought, well, let's do something original. Let people choose their own, basically, and bring it all together into a variety show with the theme of funny. Just anything funny basically goes. So, yeah, it's a good show.
The other thing I want to add, I think it's really wonderful that the strollers are actually doing. There is a lot of diversity in the shows that are done at the strollers, and I think that's very important as well, because sometimes the community may not know that there are a lot of diversity in the shows. We tout our diversity here in South Orange and Maplewood. And Strollers is actually doing the same thing with the different type of shows that they put on. Because I think this is the fourth cast I've had in here, with respect to the Strollers. And many times you hear what they talk about. There's a lot of diversity in the plays that they put on. So that's really an excellent thing. So as we continue here with the comedy tonight, if you're listening out there, remember it's Friday, September the 19th, Saturday, September the 20th at 8 p.m., and Sunday, September the 21st at 2 p.m. It's comedy tonight. We have three of the individuals here. We have Fran, Jeff, and Dina. Dina is one of the producers. Fran is another producer. And Jeff is the CIA actor.
Be careful. I know lots of big people.
He's going to have to kill you now.
I mean, we're already doing a little comedy sketch right here. So Dina, just how did you actually get into this acting part and this directing part? How did you actually get into this?
Well, since I was a child, I loved theater and I was in plays, but I hadn't been in anything or hadn't done any theater for a long time. I sing with a jazz ensemble in New York City, so that was my creative outlet. And I saw that they were doing a show at this beautiful little building, and I thought, oh, there's a community theater in Maplewood. So I went in one day and watched the show. It was Urinetown. They did, and it was just a wonderful production. I thought, well, this is a theater I'd like to be part of. So I auditioned for How to Succeed in Business, which they did the next year, and I had a small part in that. And then I was in Anne Frank, and was honored to be in that show. That's a show that's very close to my heart, and so that meant a lot to me to be in that show. And then I was hooked. I thought, okay, this is my little theater, and I'm staying with them. And now I'm on the board, and I'm producing this show, and yeah, so I'm thoroughly hooked.
And Fran, how about you?
Pretty much the same thing. I had been living in New York, and I moved over to New Jersey, and I was shopping for a community theater. I needed some my creative outlet. I've never not had some place where I could act or do something, and I was testing them out. So I went to their open house. They about every few months they have an open house. In fact, we're having one this coming Wednesday.
Well, September 3rd.
September
is the
3rd.
First meeting of the new season, and it's always
an open house. So please
tell
come.
us about the open house. What's that?
It's basically an open meeting, but we usually, and we are going to be putting on a little, we call them workshops, a 10-minute scene that Dina's directing. I happen to be in. I have to learn my lines tomorrow or sometime.
Yeah,
we'll get around to that later. But it's open, meaning we invite friends, family, people from the community that are curious. Come, see if you want to, become part of the strollers. We do have a business meeting, so there's that. But then there's some socializing and this little workshop.
And that's Wednesday,
Wednesday, September 2nd at
September 3rd.
Oh, Wednesday, September 3rd
at 7:45.
You
at
got
the Bergdorf.
At the Bergdorf.
Okay.
Wednesday, September 3rd
at the 7:30 p.m. 7:45
at the Bergdorf.
Okay. And that's open night.
It's open house.
Open
Anybody
house.
that wants to come and check us out and just come and see if you want to participate.
Okay.
And so the first thing I did was I don't know even how that happened, but I think on the membership I decided to sign up, wrote my little membership check, and I must have checked that I could do costumes, because the next thing I know I'm getting a phone call. Do you want to do costumes for Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? And I said, oh my God. I said, there's like 36 people in that show. Are you crazy? Like, no, we thought you might want to do it. And with some negotiating, I did it, and that turned out to be very satisfying, a lot of fun, and that's where I met people and made friends, which is another great aspect of this kind of group. Is you make friends with people you may never be part of, meet normally. So and then I did some other shows. I was Mrs. Peru and Music Man. I just did Little Women, and I actually built and designed the costumes for Little Women as well as being in it. So I stay pretty busy. And I directed a children's
I thought I remember that we bumped into each other somewhere, and I told you about the strollers, right?
Yeah.
And then, because it's funny, because that's how the community happens. Somebody told me about the strollers.
That's right.
Another one's done a lot, and then
I was shopping.
We're shopping, and we just started yapping. She said, and then from how we got on theater, I said, where do you live, and about the strollers, and
that's true.
That's how community theater, literally community, one person kind of passing it to another person.
Yeah, and I said, are they all right? And you said, yeah, they're all right.
Stay away from Dina, but they're all pretty good. They're all good.
Now, just remember, Comedy Tonight is Sketch Comedy Celebration on Friday, September the 19th, and Saturday, September the 20th at 8 p.m., and then again on Sunday, September the 21st at 2 p.m. All tickets are $10 or free with the purchase of a season ticket. Remember, the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts is located at 10 Durham Road in Maplewood, New Jersey, and all ages are welcome. You can get your tickets at www.thestrollers.org or call the box office at 973-761-8453. That's 973-761-8453. Now, what do you say? How much are the season tickets?
I believe a season ticket is $50, but don't.
That's it? $50?
Yes.
I thought you was going to tell me like $150 here.
No.
It's such a deal.
This is a deal here. Yeah. This is a steal of a deal.
And that's the great thing about theater at communities like the Bergdorf and Maplewood is that, maybe you go to something, maybe it's not your cup of tea. The next thing you really love. Well, you spend $20 or you spend $50. It's not like you go into New York City, you got it's $100 for dinner, it's $50 for parking to get in there. So for a small amount of money, you can have a really rich cultural experience.
So if I show up on the 19th or the 20th or the 21st, and I give my $50, I get in free.
Yes.
No, you bought the season ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
I
you
give
have
my
the season
$50. I bought my $50. I get in free.
Comedy Tonight.
Yeah, that's what it. That's right. That's the offer. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Is that correct?
That's correct.
It is.
Yeah, that's correct. Because if
you get into the other things.
no, if make sure I'm right here. If I show up and I give you $50 for the season tickets,
For the season ticket.
then I walk in the door free.
Yes. Yes. You walk in the door.
Thank you very much. We enjoy your patronage.
Welcome to the Strollers.
And
then we'll start calling
Watch
you up
out, you
and
might
asking
get
you to do
you might get cast in something. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
that's a great deal right here. You know, I'm like, I show up. You know, I'm getting free right away.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
I know that all the listeners out there. Did you hear that? You $50 and it's free.
A season ticket.
Season
and
ticket.
a
The
free
whole
ticket,
season.
The whole season. That's 2 plays and a musical. The children's show is separate. That's a separate program.
Okay.
So it's not included in the season ticket, but it's only $10.
But I just anything other
2
than
main
the
stage plays and 1 main stage musical for $50, and then you get to come to the Comedy Tonight show free.
You know, I was going to say it's a mini Broadway, but this is a medium Broadway. Mini. This is a medium. So in the last minute we have left, any closing words in the last minute we have left, Jeff?
Just like to reiterate, I think there's just a lot of talented people all around the world, and especially in this little corner in Maplewood. If you come out to one of the shows, I guarantee you'll be impressed with a lot of the talent that's there.
How about you, Fran?
That is so true. And, the other thing is we have kids that have grown up with the Bergdorf, with the Strollers. They started in the children's show in the wintertime, and I just had a couple of them as teenagers in my show. And it's definitely a family experience. It's for a whole family. You can join as a family. So, and it's a great little community around here. A lot of talented people.
And how about you, Dina?
Well, I just invite everyone to come to the show on September 19th, 20th, or 21st, and also to come to the open house on September 3rd. That's at 7:45 at the Bergdorf, and it's a membership meeting, but we open it up to everyone for that first meeting of the season, and we're going to have a workshop that night, too.
Well, Dina, Fran, and Jeff, thank you so much. And before we go, we must play you the Strollers.
The Strollers, Maplewood's community theater since 1932, proudly presents
thank you
Comedy
so much.
Tonight. Come laugh at your friends,
Come in.
come laugh at your neighbors as they tickle your funny bone with song, dance, and old-fashioned sketch comedy. One weekend only, September 19th, 20th, and 21st at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts in Maplewood. All tickets $10. Go to www.thestrollers.org for all the details. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome, and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
Having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss or transfer? Does your house need repairs or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Traveler, experts at cruises that do not require U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
The Strollers, Maplewoods Community Theater since 1932, proudly presents Comedy Tonight. Come laugh at your friends, come laugh at your neighbors as they tickle your funny bone with song, dance, and old-fashioned sketch comedy. One weekend only, September 19th, 20th, and 21st at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts in Maplewood. All tickets $10. Go to www.thestrollers.org for all the details. Don't stay at home, come play with the Strollers.
Some great pickup line. She claps and they laugh. He knows that everything is fine. She waits for his calls and finds that they're talking all the time. But she knows what this means and knows he won't understand why. Why? Oh, this is why. Oh, why? My mother, my father, my brother just wouldn't understand. She said, my sister, my friends, my God, say it ain't in our plan. Your mother, your father, they just don't understand this love. She said, it's not them, it's me. I can't do this just because. 'Cause this is not our time and place. It is just a simple fact. 'Cause it is not the color of our skin that holds us back. A blackbird and a goldfish, they could fall in love. But where would they build their home? In the sea or up above? So he looks her up and down. He said, what's the difference between you and I? She said, look at me, I can't swim. I'm pretty damn sure you can fly. And he spread his fins out and jumped for the sky. And when he came crashing down, landed flat on the ground, she frowned and said, that's why this is not our time and place. It is just a simple fact. It is not the color of our skin that holds us back. A blackbird and a goldfish, they can fall in love. But where would they build their home? In the sea or up above? What good is love when it just brings pain? What good is knowing what you want, just not saying? What good is hope when it's not meant to be? Maybe next time that we meet, things will turn out differently. This is not our time and place. It is just a simple fact. 'Cause it is not the color of our skin that holds us back. A blackbird and a goldfish, they could fall in love. Where would they below. In the sea or up above. In the sea or up above. In the sea or up above.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maplewood Online. In the Village with Anselm and Marjorie on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. Again, we'd like to thank the Strollers for coming in here. Really, you need to support. Join the fun at the Strollers annual fundraiser. That's Comedy Tonight, a sketch comedy celebration on Friday, September the 19th and Saturday, September the 20th at 8 p.m. And then again on Sunday, September the 21st at 2 p.m. All tickets are $10 or free with the purchase of a season ticket. As you heard before, you purchase a $50 season ticket and you get to see Comedy Tonight for free.
And then with that season ticket, so you get 2 plays.
Yes, and one extra play.
One extra.
You don't get the children play. That's the only ones you don't get. Right.
I didn't know the community theater was so open like that. I'm impressed by
absolutely. It's wonderful. Yeah. You can get your tickets at www.thestrollers.org, or you can call the box office at 973-761-8453. That's 973-761-8453. The Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts is located at 10 Duran Road in Maplewood, New Jersey, and all ages are welcome. Now, Marjorie.
Yes, Anselm.
You know, let me digress a little bit before I get into that other article that I wanted to talk about. Recently, New Jersey Monthly named Milburn High School the 5th best public high school in the state. New Jersey Monthly recently named Milburn High School the 5th best public high school in the state. Now, a question for you.
Uh-oh, here we go. Go ahead.
If you had to do it all over again, would you still move to Maplewood or would you move to another community? Or would you move outside?
I would move to Maplewood.
You would move to Maplewood. And why is that?
I moved to Maplewood. And first of all, I moved here because I saw trees, and I really like trees.
So you didn't have trees where you lived before?
No, I'm from the Midwest, and like the trees, were just not the right height, even despite what Mitt Romney said. The trees weren't right. So I moved here for that, and I saw... When I'm riding around, the realtor wouldn't tell me anything, even though she was black. She wouldn't tell me anything, who my neighbors were or any of that. It wasn't as easy, 20 years ago to just Google and find out the information.
But let me ask you a question.
But no, and I saw black people who looked middle class and upper middle class, and I figured that's where I just should live at. So that is why I moved, to be around people that were similar to me.
Do you think you were scared?
Scared?
Stared. You know, staring.
Were people staring at me?
No. All right.
People are always staring. What do you mean?
No. One thing the Community Coalition on Race did is they stemmed the tide of staring. They stared into a neighborhood. Did the back then?
No, I'll tell you, back then, they wanted to know how much money we had. So when I was married, they looked at the income that we had. And they saw that, okay, you are qualified to get a house for this amount of money. And so there were limited spots that we could go to. Now, was I taken over to the Maplewood on the other side of Springfield Avenue? Sure I was.
Do you know what they call that part of Maplewood?
So was I taking to Maplewood? Yes, I was taking to
But why do they call it Maplewood though?
I guess because you know why they call it
No,
Maplewood.
I don't know why they call it Maplewood. What? Margie, why are you laughing?
Will you go back to the question? So,
why? I tell you, my co-host is really, she's really.
yeah, the first time I heard this, I guess my kid was in like the middle school. And they said there's a Maplewood and a Maplewood and a Maple Good.
So where's Maple Good?
I guess this is where we're at right now, where you live at.
Okay,
on the up on the hill in the upper crusty area.
And what's the middle one? What's the middle?
The Maplewood is
Maplewood.
probably over there by Tuscan, regular people like me, not the rich people like you. And and then there's the Maplewood area. I guess that
So what I'm hearing is that we have diversity in South Orange and Maplewood, but it's really segregation.
Why do you keep bringing up segregation?
Because
this is not segregation.
Well, we talk about true diversity, right?
There is diversity.
No, there is. But is it segregated diversity? In that you just tell me about Maplewood. I really didn't know there was a Maplewood.
Oh, you did because you brought it up.
I didn't know there was a Maplewood in Maplewood.
Yes, you did. And did you know there's a Maple Good?
No, I didn't know
Had
there
you
was
ever heard of Gaplewood? Have you heard of that?
No, what's that?
Come on.
Seriously, what? That's serious? No, I've never heard of that. I'm
at any
serious. But why do they give these things these names?
I don't know. Maybe just because even with everybody it tries to have some kind of division between them for whatever reason. I don't know why that's necessary.
But I got to tell you, the Community Coalition on Race did an excellent job in stemming the tide of steering in South Orange.
So
and
they
Maplewood.
steered you guys to this?
Well,
or
no,
were
no.
you? How long have you been here?
I've been here over 15 years.
Okay.
So this is what was happening. A lot of the realtors were steering people of color across Springfield Avenue.
Exactly.
Right, and they were steering other people, to, as you would say, Margie, Maple Good.
Okay.
And sometimes, they could afford.
Wait a minute. This is not as I would say. I did not coin this. But
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
not saying that you
All
coined
right,
it.
let's just get this clear.
Yeah.
Get the disclaimer going.
Right, but you said it. The opinions of Margie are not necessarily the opinions of the South Orange Maple Online Radio experience. We do have to get that.
No, you did. Go ahead.
We really, yeah. So what happened is that the Community Coalition on Race would have a white couple and a black couple go to a realtor and tell them they're looking for a house for $350,000 as an example.
Okay.
And the realtor will take the couple of color into
a specific area.
Into a specific area, which you would call.
Well, not necessarily. It doesn't have to be over there, but probably not up here.
Right. They wouldn't take them into Maple Good. They would take them into Maplewood.
Or maybe to the Black Good part.
Oh, right. They take them over there. And then when you send a white couple with the same salary, same everything, they will take them into a different part of Maplewood and South Orange. And
not take them to the hood.
Right, not take them to the hood.
Okay.
So after a while, they had a lot of facts, and then they presented the facts to the realtors and told them that, listen, this is what's happening by your realtors.
And that's why someone who said that the coalition was the Community Coalition on Real Estate. And that's what the R actually stood for.
Oh, really? I never heard that. Yeah. Seriously, I never heard that.
And that their main thing was to make sure that everyone's property values.
But that wasn't a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying that it is a bad thing.
But why would someone
that whole realtors and redlining and people sending people to certain parts of towns. I mean, this is something that's been going on in the United States forever, so it's not something that's just, exclusive to Maplewood.
Yeah, but what happened is that I think you have to give South Orange and Maplewood credit because they were at the forefront in seeing something happen, and they were proactive.
Okay.
They didn't wait until it become a predominantly
All right. So you have, in many cases, people of all different racial backgrounds. Not all different, because there's not that much diversity. There's only black people and white people here. There's a couple of Asians sprinkled around.
There's a lot of diversity in South Orange and Maplewood.
Well, I mean, we can look this up right now. It's not a lot of Hispanic people here, and not a lot of Asian
No, but there's
people.
diversity. If you have
Black people and white people. That's diverse.
Yeah, and you have a sprinkling of Asian, and you have a sprinkling of Hispanic.
Okay, all right.
That's
fine.
diverse.
So, if that's diversity. However, do groups of people, different colors of people, mingle and hang out and sit in the bar together, or are they picnicking together? Are they all visible at Maple Woodstock or any other kind of cultural event here?
I think they are. Remember the cultural awareness that the Community Coalition of Race put on?
The most recent.
Yeah, that was pretty diverse.
Were you at Maple Woodstock?
No, not
Why,
really.
my brother?
Well, I had something else to do.
Okay, have you ever been to any of these?
Maple Woodstock?
Yes.
Well, now that I'm into media, I have to go to it.
Were you at the last one? No, you were out of town.
Yeah, I had something else to do.
Another big event in this community is Rent Party. Do you
Right,
go
that
to
one is
any
on
of
the 6th. Those is on the 6th. I'm out of town again.
But the rent parties aren't always on that day. Have you ever been to any?
A rent party?
Yes.
I'm not a party person.
Oh God, Anselm.
See, I'm a vegetarian. I really don't drink, and I'm like.
Okay, so this is the diversity that we have in this community.
But I go to my next door neighbor.
Okay, but I don't really see the.
And my next door neighbor comes to my house.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But on the outside, the whole commingling of groups of people is really not that prevalent.
Why? But how could you say that? Do you
How
have
could I
friends?
say
Do
that?
you have friends that don't commingle, or friends of the other race that doesn't commingle?
I'm the commingler.
Oh, so you go commingle.
And I'm the only commingler in many cases.
Oh, okay, so that's good. You create diversity.
One doth not maketh diversity.
Yeah, that of course.
No.
If it's 100% and you go in, it
No.
reduces that percentage to some type of diversity.
I mean, I don't know if I really want to have this conversation on the air. Luckily, it's 9:21. And maybe we could throw a commercial in, because I don't know if I really want to have this conversation.
No, you don't have. But
yet.
you see, that's why.
But what was the conversation starting at? Let's see what were we? Where did this start at?
Where did it start?
Yes.
I really don't remember where you started it. To be honest with you,
You started it.
I don't remember. No, okay. I don't remember. I think this is where it started.
Where did it start?
We were going to talk about the jury in the jurors in Ferguson, and let me get that up. The jurors in Ferguson. They have selected the jurors in Ferguson, and you're wondering. And I asked the question: is this really a juror of your peers? Let me get that up. Oh, I gotta get this. Where is that?
So you said out of the jury, there were what, 3? Because I'm not looking at that article, because I have another article to sort of.
Three African Americans.
Okay.
All right. You know what? I think I have it in here. I'm not gonna go look. Let me just pull it up right here.
So you know how a person becomes a juror, yes?
How does a person become a juror?
Because you have to be a registered voter.
Okay.
So they're going to only pick people that are registered voters, at least in this state. I mean, I don't know if that state is any different.
Okay,
but
here's the
I
article.
doubt it.
In AP, 3 blacks among 12 grand jurors in Ferguson case. 3 black people among 12-member grand jury hearing evidence in the Michael Brown case. Paul Fox, Director of Judicial Administration for St. Louis County Circuit Court, confirmed the racial and gender makeup of the grand jury on Friday. St. Louis County Prosecutor Bob McCullough has said it will be several weeks before a decision is made on whether to charge Darren Wilson, the Ferguson officer who shot and killed Brown on August the 9th. The jury consists of 6 white men, 3 white women, 2 black women, and 1 black man. 9 votes are needed to indict.
Okay.
The ages and hometowns of the jurors weren't released. Right, the ages weren't released, and a judge is expected to consider Monday whether to make that information public. The Justice Department also is investigating Brown's death.
Okay. So, what do you say about that?
I don't know what to say.
I mean, you brought up you must have something to say. So you're saying that because
is that a jury of your peers?
Is that the peers
jury
of the
your
police
peers.
officer?
No, is that a jury of your peers?
My peers
No,
or the police officer?
What? A jury of the victim and the
Well, have you ever been to jury duty or gone through any of that process before?
Yeah. I tell them things so I don't answer.
Well, there you go. So I'm sure that there are a whole lot of people who got away with that.
No.
So wait a minute. I mean, I can think of not the last time, but one time I'd gone to a jury duty. I mean, and I've never lived through any of it, so I've never served on a jury. But in the selection. I recall standing there, and they asked. There was another case where a police officer was accused of something. I don't remember exactly what it was. And they asked each juror, "How do you feel about the police?" So either if you're black or white, if you say, "I don't like cops, I don't trust them," blah blah blah. Have you ever had a bad experience? Yes, and then you are not one of those selected. So I don't know how many people. And again, if the role of registered voters is the pool from which they, grab potential jurors. And here, according to this article, in the last election in Ferguson, so, I mean, I'm sure you've heard on the news how they say that, in Ferguson are very few, if any, black elected officials in a town that's black. So, and you're wondering, well, what's that all about? But here we have the white community, and that Ferguson, Missouri, 17% of eligible people or eligible voters participated in the municipal election, while 6% of black eligible voters. So there's not political participation among the people in this community, black or white, but particularly black, especially the majority of the community is black. And then among those people who are participating, or those who are not, how many people are not registered to vote in the first place, and thus they would never get called up on a jury duty because their name is not in that system. It's not part of that pool.
But I'm wondering.
So the question, my dear, is why is it that there's such a low level of political participation among African Americans? And as you know, black people will come out and vote mostly during a presidential election. But if it's a local election, only those people who believe that they have a vested interest, which everyone does, actually are among those who come out and vote. So what can be done to increase the political participation of people? I mean, voting is the simplest and most common way to participate. But when you think of political participation, if you're thinking about methods that aren't conventional, being a riot or a march or a demonstration of some sort or rally or whatever, people might think of that first, but actually voting is probably the simplest thing to do.
So what you're saying is that if you don't participate in the voting process, your name is not on the list in order for you to call to be a juror.
Exactly.
That's the same.
I hope I'm right. I think I am.
I know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. So
I mean, how else are they going to, so you get a driver's license. So there's motor voter acts, right? And if you get a license, often you'll be asked if you are a registered voter. So you have an opportunity to register to vote at that time. Now, do people take advantage
I'm not sure.
of that?
I'm not sure if that's correct. I know what happened is that they had my name spelled incorrectly.
Yeah.
And they were going to call me for 2 separate jury duty. Because when I went up, I went down to Essex County, the court in Newark, and the guy told me, "Oh, it's a good thing. Something happened," and I had to go speak with him. He said, "Oh, it's a good thing. They were going to call you again another time to come back for jury duty because we had your name spelled incorrectly." So I'm wondering if maybe you're correct. Maybe you're correct.
Well, here it is, Motor Voter Act. I'm sorry, this is from Teaching AP. The Motor Voter Act, a piece of federal legislation in the U.S., signed into law by Clinton in 1993, which took effect in 1995, expanded voting rights by requiring state governments to offer voter registration opportunities to any eligible person who applies for or renews a driver's license or public assistance, requiring states to register applicants that use federal voter registration form to apply, and prohibiting states from removing registered voters from the roll unless certain criteria are met.
So what I'm hearing you saying, there is less of people of color in the pool in order for them to call them to be on a jury. That's what I'm hearing you saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Based on the percentage. Okay. That's good
I mean,
information.
it could be it. I mean, it's just a speculation, but
why would you speculate on something like that's so important like that?
because why else? First of all, you have to have people to call in, and then those people that are called in. I mean, last time I did jury duty, it was like, I don't know, maybe like 700 people in Essex, in Essex County courthouse. I guess we were in, and then and groups of 200 you're taken in, and would you want to serve as a juror? Why don't you want to serve? Why can't you serve?
But I think most of the times, depending on the case, they try to eliminate certain people from that case.
Well, of course. So if you're the attorney for the police officer, and I'm the attorney for, the victim, and I look at, that guy, I don't trust him, he runs, he's a vegetarian, I wouldn't want him to try to determine my guilt or innocence.
Like if you killed a pig or something. I mean,
what I want.
Since I'm a vegetarian.
Would you understand someone like me? You don't drink, you don't do anything bad, you're clean cut. I mean,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
It's in the
registration. Wait a minute.
It's in the Village with Anselm and Marjorie on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Time check. The time is approximately 9:30 p.m. That time check is brought to you by Semper Alexander Computer Consultants, where they implement cost-effective solutions to fulfill your business need. Semper Alexander for all your computer needs. You can call them at 973-763-2011. That's 973-763-2011. Margie, did you have something?
I just want to double, again, I'm correct. It says, while you are true that you are entered into the jury duty pool when you register to vote, failure to vote does not disqualify you for jury duty, which we never discussed. But again, you enter this pool by registering to vote.
Okay. Well,
potential jurors.
So we need to get more people to register to vote in order for them to get in the pool.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Indeed, other ways that you enter the jury duty pool includes paying taxes, buying a home, and getting a driver's license. So you can see, even if you don't exercise your civic duty to vote, you may still be called upon to perform your civic duty as a member of the jury.
And get your $10 as a member.
Well, see, what's the money got to do with it? This is your civic duty. We need to have a discussion about
Absolutely.
civic duty.
Time check. It's approximately 9:32 p.m. We're going to go for a short break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up.
The Strollers, Maplewood's community theater since 1932, proudly presents Comedy Tonight. Come laugh at your friends, come laugh at your neighbors as they tickle your funny bone with song, dance, and old-fashioned sketch comedy. One weekend only, September 19th, 20th, and 21st at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts in Maplewood. All tickets $10. Go to www.thestrollers.org for all the details. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Traveler, experts at cruises that do not require U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
Having problems with your house? Is your mortgage upside down? Can't get a loan modification or short sale? Tenant troubles, job loss or transfer? Does your house need repairs, or maybe you're facing foreclosure? Time is not on your side. Call now and speak to one of our friendly associates. No matter the reason you have to sell, we have solutions. Operators are standing by to take your call. 800-709-1732 or visit www.7sellahome.com.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
We are back with you. It's in the Village with Anselm in the South. In the Village with Anselm and Margie in the South Orange Maple Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. Time check. It's approximately 9:36 p.m. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to stay, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Margie?
Good night, everybody.
See you. Same so more time, same so more channel. Later.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. So we're giving thanks to the Most High for all of His blessings, His guidance. Oh Lord, how great thou art thee. Thank you for blessing me. Transpose all my energy, yeah, and molded talents in me. Now those on my head, I appreciate your gratitude, endurance and faith. They standing in line, want to intertwine, devour my body, soul and mind. But my will is strong, they can't throw me down. With your guidance I will carry on. Oh Lord, every day I'm going to sing this song. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank you Lord for what you've done for me, yeah. Thank you Lord for every little thing, yeah. Thank you Lord for what you've done for me. And I thank you for blessing me every day. And through the river walls, I will walk with you beside me. Be unharmed cause you can find me, yeah. And when the kingdom falls, you'll console me from my distress. In your warmth of grace I will rest, yeah. No one's can remove me from your bubble. They will perish in their rubble, yeah. And if that false will falls, oh Lord, I will be lifted up in the Lord and sing it. Thank you Lord for what you've done for me. Thank you Lord for every little thing, yeah. Thank you blessing me every day. And so I sing again, thank you, Lord, for what you've done for me. Thank you, Lord, for every little thing. Yeah. Thank you, Lord, for what you've done for me. And I thank you for blessing me every day. Thank you for giving them love. Thank you for giving me hope. Thank you for keeping my faith. Thank you for never saying.